Guys, I was reminded that I haven't done a full video tour in a while of my new place, and don't think I've ever done an outside shot from the front, which I wanted to do so I can show you how cool the World's Fair looks from the road. It's designed to be the right height so that it's right in the center of that picture window if you're driving. So let's go inside. The only light out front here is just this one that was here. I put a LED daylight with a dusk to dawn sensor, and that's really just so I can see the lock and, you know, my keys. So right when you come in, World's Fair, and it is on a learning remote. This is low. I usually leave it on low. I'll do medium. We'll go through the speeds here. I usually leave it on low. I'm experimenting between forward and reverse to see what helps neutralize the temperature between the different floors. So far, it doesn't really help much at all, I can find, but it probably will in the winter, so I'll have to experiment again in the winter with forward versus reverse and low versus medium. Here's high. We'll do off. I'll let it spin down while I show you some other things, but we can check back on it. So we'll do the living room in a bit, but there's the Columbia vintage source year lamp, one of the flicker flames there, LED night lights, those stay on all the time. Nia's spotlight for the plant that she's had since we lived together in Virginia, so it's made it now 4 houses. She found it at a Goodwill, I think, for $3, and she's very attached to it, and I like it, so we always use it on the plant. Another flicker flame. The flicker flame and the cubes stay on all the time. Everything else is on various switches. I'll show you when I get there. So we'll do the downstairs first. See all my luggage because I'm packed to go on my music conference tomorrow, leaving in the morning. Bottom of the stairs is the Homestead 29-inch Comfort Flow. Just like the World's Fair, I'm experimenting with direction and speed. Doesn't seem to do much in the summer, but maybe in the winter with the heat. So there's low. Where are we with the World's Fair? There we are. Medium, low. Medium. Medium, high. Try not to get my fingers caught in there, but also hold the phone high. And we'll let that spin down. Fasco's almost done. My Casablanca shade on the track lighting there, I went back and forth between having that and having another brass head. But I think I'm sticking with this unless I need the shade somewhere else. I actually like having that one up there. It's kind of cool. Very proud of my brass track lighting. It makes it very vintage down here. That switch there controls the track lighting, but it's also three-way with this dimmer here, an actual LED dimmer. This switch here controls all of the little leaded glass accent lights except for the one on the fan. And then the two on the piano and the organ, sorry, I had that reversed, organ and piano, are also on a dimmer back there. Flicker flame, base from the thrift store, glass shade I found at the same thrift store but a different time, I think. Maybe it was a different thrift store, but I know which thrift store I got the shade from. Thought that shade was too cool not to do something with. It's kind of iridescent. There's a Casablanca ceiling light that I just flipped upside down and put a chrome top in it. These are actually brand new bases I bought from Walmart, and then you put the slide glass with the flicker flames in it. Casablanca lily pad lamp with the Casablanca shade. These are some ceiling pendants that I, why is that kind of off there? Oh well. Some ceiling pendants that I just turned upside down here. Here's the dimmer. I might experiment with a different bulb over there because that one doesn't dim as well as this one. But it's not an LED dimmer, so I don't expect miracles. There's my small air purifier. I have one of those on every floor now. They really do seem to help. Another thrift store lamp. These came from a thrift store. They were like $7 a piece, and Nia actually picked them out. Another flicker flame. 2 more slide glass shades, just because I was trying slide glass versus these here, but I think I like these better. One of my Kaya Lily lamps. The other one of those. More shades from the thrift store. They came on some pendant lights. I bought the pendant lights, and then I bought the bases separate. My other Kyle Lily lamp. You know, everything from the thrift store. The Sonnet-Air, okay, well, I've been experimenting with different bulbs in the Sonnet-Air, and this is probably my favorite. It's just a little accent bulb that lights up the shade more than it lights up anything else. It's not bright, so if I want bright over there, I switch it with a par, but it makes the fan look cool, kind of goes with everything else. So that's low, medium. That one stopped, by the way. High. Learning remote, of course. The only reason the Homestead isn't on a learning remote is because there was not room for the receiver in the canopy or the ceiling box, and there was no other place to put it. We'll spin that down. I've been using both of these on high when I've been working down here because I get hot very easily. That's why I reversed that one. Again, I was experimenting with different directions, and it was on reverse, and I got hot, so I turned them all to downdraft and high. That one does not have a reverse. Abby's room. So I did switch her fan, but she's got all her cool lights in here. Her room is kind of one of the cooler rooms when it comes to lighting. First, there's this vintage floor lamp with just an LED accent bulb in it, not a real bulb. And there's two more vintage floor lamps. What did she do with her remote? Here it is. They're on the learning remote. Those two vintage floor lamps are on the learning remote, and they do dim. They have 100-watt filament LEDs in them. So when they're dim, they're about the same brightness as the accent bulb in here, and that's on purpose. I thought about making this one dimmable too, and I might do it. Actually, the easiest way to do it would be just use a second receiver, program both receivers to the same remote. I could do that easily. But then I have to get a bulb for that. But I mean, I can get a bulb. Bulbs are easy to get. So, you know, may try that. So, okay. And then she's also got her LED uplights. And then that's her lava lamp she got at Fanimation. I put an LED bulb in it so she could leave it all on all the time. The one that generated the most light and heat that fit was an LED par 16, so that's what's in there. It doesn't spin, but the lava does make some interesting shapes. And all she really wants is for it to light up. The flicker flames are my doing, the rest is her doing. She's got her Urban Jet there, her little spinning lamp she got from Menards. When I found out she loved lava lamps, I wanted to find one she could leave on all the time, so I got her that. Floating globe, which this one doesn't always float. So I just stuck it like this. But, yeah. Mini breeze. She's got a baby breeze in here somewhere. And then the lamp behind the TV, Amazon sent me to review, and I reviewed it, and I love the color changing. It actually has a feature on it that's just normal. How do you change it? Yeah, just normal light. But I love the color changing feature. I thought it was so cool. So I was like, Abby, where should I use that? And she's like, well, my room, of course. And we were experimenting for places to put it. And I had the idea to put it behind the TV, which I love because it's just the light glowing behind the TV. It's a thing we do here. You know, there's that fluorescent preheat behind the TV in the living room. And there's the uplights, the LED uplights behind the TV in the bedroom. So now every room has a light behind the TV, but hers changes color. So different since the last tour, I think, is the little Winco here. I just loved this thing, and I wanted a place to try it. And I tried it here. And I mean, I think I actually like the Four Seasons copy better, but I think this looks better here. This just really works with the odd off-place install. I've toyed with the idea of having both. Having one there and one there. And I haven't done it for a host of reasons, not the least of which is that... I don't want to put more holes in the ceiling. And I don't know if it would look silly. I definitely want to don't want to put more holes in the ceiling and then for something that ends up looking silly. Plus it kind of takes away from the whole like weird install, really vintagey thing here of just having one fan off to the side. So I'm probably not going to do it, but I think about it every time I look in here. So there's low. I mean, I did have to bypass the solid state control in the fan because it was too buzzy otherwise. Medium. High. What you hear is the fan makes the lamp rattle. a very powerful little fan. And then her urban jet is plugged in, I think. Yep. I don't know if she uses it, but we made sure it could be used. In true kid fashion, of course, it's covered in stickers. So that's spinning down. So yeah, so maybe not tonight, because I really should be packing and leaving, but I may just, how do I get this shade? Looks like I bumped it. There we go, that's straight, right? Yeah, so her room's kind of a mess right now. She's supposed to clean it every day, but this is basically how it looks with the toys and stuff like that. And I think it's very cute. You know, I just wish it, you know, I like it better when it's clean, but I love the animals and everything everywhere. It's very her. It's got the quirky stuff, the little spinning things and the lights. You can tell she's my kid, but you can tell she's her. She's got all her pet shops and her stuffed animals, and, you know, there's pink and green, which are her two favorite colors. Hot pink and neon green. The flicker flames and the fan are really the only thing I did in here. Okay, now for the biggest change I've made, which is the laundry room, which you may have seen my mass fan install and more preheat lights. So, preheat 1. Preheat 2. Let's see. All the LED night lights. These just stay on. I mean, these I never turn off anyways, but I just figured if I need to wire them into power, why not wire them into power where they can turn off? You know, what's the harm? These vintage or antique preheats. These are probably vintage. Well, this one, I don't know. That one might cross the border into antique. The half pipe is definitely antique. Oh, I did a bad job of cleaning this window. I tried to clean it. I didn't have Windex. I had Totally Awesome, which is way too strong. But, 'cause I hate it when stuff gets on your mirror. Why did I just call it a window? Okay, so then the massive fan install in here, which I'm very proud of. So low, medium, high, well, that one spins down, low, medium, yeah, I've been finding as many excuses as I can to hang out in this room ever since I did this. Medium, high. One of those blades is a little off balance, and I keep thinking I'm going to balance it, but I haven't done it yet. While that one spins down, we'll do the next one, which is the only one that does not have a light on the remote, and that doesn't escape me. Medium and high are virtually indistinguishable on this one. There's a difference in current draw, but that's it. Medium, high. While that one spins down. Low, medium. By the way, this one's almost stopped. High. It just stopped. Oh, I forgot to turn on the last light over there. Sorry. Okay. And then you see I also have more LED night lights there, and another air purifier. I don't know how many of these air purifiers really help, but I'm trying it. You know, that stuff spinning down. I'm sure Abby's fan has long since stopped. Yep. Okay, is that everything? Lights, 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 lights. We'll come back to the garage. No, we'll do the garage now. Why not? Because otherwise, why would we come back this way? So, preheats in the back. Half pipe preheats in the front. And this fan generally stays on medium or high because water occasionally leaks in under the door, and I want to keep it dry in here. We'll do low on both fans for now, though. So while we wait for it to slow down, which of these is which? Did I just mix these up like an idiot? I will change them back. So these motion sensing vintage track lights are really cool. If you walk in here and don't turn the lights on, they will turn on, which gives you enough light to go to the deep freezer. It's a huge mess in here, by the way. I've had too many projects going on, and I'm leaving, and I haven't cleaned up, which is why I didn't want to do a shop night here the night the guys and kids were in town, because I didn't have time to clean it up enough to have room for people in here. I've got fans that have shipped in, I haven't unpacked. It's just bad in here. So when I come back, I'll work on that. I will show you a few things. There's a couple things I got from Fanimation. There's the curved blade Lasco. Here's a window fan I picked up today. Lasco I was going to test, didn't get around to it. Here, I'll show you this preheat here. Shop light. So yeah, it's pretty bad in here. I keep saying I'm going to clean the garage, and then what I end up doing is doing another project that makes a bigger mess. So medium. Let's figure out which remote is this. Okay, I have them reversed, looks like. So then let's do medium on this one. Yep. Now let's put them back. I don't know why I took them out in the first place. It'll be a lot easier to keep the garage clean once all the stuff in the tubs, you see all the black tubs, when all that is out of here, because that's all. Most of that is stuff that still has to be like moved into the house. I'd say about half the no, more than half. Probably about 75% of the tubs are Nias, and then half of what's left is clothes that I need to either put in storage or get rid of, and the other half what's left is like fan parts and stuff I'm actually going to keep out here. Okay, hi. Just so I don't need to come back out here. If I don't need to, I'm going to put these both back to medium instead of spinning them down. Turn those back ones off. Turn these off. The motion sensing lights will now kick on. And there's also a little vintage spotlight here with a little LED bulb in it, just so you can see the switches. That just stays on. It uses nothing. So let's go up here now to the living room. You see I've got all my antique cheer lamps. Those are all with just accent bulbs in them on X10. There's the Columbia, which I love. Lots of flicker flame. This would normally be centered, but Abby's been doing a puzzle, so it's moved off center. That's got a little accent bulb in it too. Oh, I forgot what I was going to show you downstairs. So I'll show you how everything is controlled in here. Is learning remote on the fan, and the learning remote does the track lights and the up lights and the spotlights and things like that all the way to back there. So it's low, medium, and this takes a long time to get up to speed. So then the X10, all these, they have lights in the base too, as you can see over there. See, those are some tubs that Nia's emptied. She's been methodically going through them. I hit medium. Go to medium. Medium, I say. So then also on the X10, remember I was telling you, or reminding you, because you've probably seen it before. Yep, lights up preheat fluorescent, and there's more of them. Hardly ever use those, but they're there. And I also have some, these we use a lot actually, some up lights over there in the kitchen. Just add more light to the kitchen. So we made it to medium. High. This fan gets used a lot more than I thought I would. I figured this would be a mostly decorative fan, and no, I use it all the time, so I'm glad it actually moves air. I'm going to put a more powerful K63 in there one day, but in the meantime, it works pretty decent. So let's Let it spin down while we do other things. More flicker flame, they're everywhere. Kitchen is pretty full of flicker flame. Over here I showed you, I got all my Chinese lamps with the flicker flame. You can see the mess is dwindling as we unpack, but it's still messy. My other antique lamp over there in the corner, kind of, Nia calls it the bird bath. Flicker flames everywhere. Flicker flames. There's some vintage night lights behind the kitchen, not vintage looking, LED night lights behind the kitchen counter. Flicker flames there. Flicker flames there. Then the preheat fluorescents under the cabinets. So we'll show you the air shadow real quick. By the way, that's where that's at right now. Low. Medium. High. We use it more often than I thought I would because it gets hot. Okay, off. This I think is on medium, so low? Let's try low. Still haven't found anything that's motivated me to change this. It's not my favorite, but it's so great in here. It does everything I need it to do. That's still spinning down. That's still spinning down. Medium, which you already saw. I guess I can skip past it. High. And they're not bad fans, the Slimlines. They move a decent amount of air. Some are slower than others, I think. While that's spinning down, here I'll do the preheats over here. There's an LED, cool white LED under there to match them. So what I'm actually going to do is turn all the lights off, because what I wanted to show you downstairs and I forgot is what the room looks like if you turn everything off and just have the flicker flames, which is like a big deal to me. It's what I was, oops, wrong thing, wrong remote. Because my goal is to have it look like a room that's just lit with candles. When these LEDs are off, they still glow a little bit, which is kind of cool. Just because of the leakage current. There's a lot of light coming from the bathroom upstairs, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. And I'll briefly show you just my lights there. Oh, I need to clean that mirror too. I cleaned it recently, but I'll do it again. Those make it look cool in that. So yeah, we'll come back up to here, but hey baby! So what you get is the little bit of light from the night lights and the flicker flames. So then what I can do, because of this, is we can go outside and see the stuff outside. And I wanted to turn all the lights off before I did that. I never figure out these stupid blinds. I wanted to turn the lights off before I did that, so the bugs didn't feel incentivized to come in here. If they saw light, they would probably come in. It's actually really nice outside for the first time in a long time. It's been either hot or humid or both. So I got two little remote receivers down there, and one of them does, ooh, lightning. I don't know if you can see that. One of them does these, my LED up lights on the thing. This should be low reverse. Medium. The only reason I do reverse is it just seems to be the same direction that the wind goes. So it, medium. If you're actually going to sit under it, which I've done once with the kids. Abby was here and some of her friends. And medium, low. So then we'll turn those off and see if we can get a look at the you can kind of see the I don't want to wow, there's a lot of bushes growing here at the bottom of the can we see the thing? I don't want to walk in the grass in the socks. There we go. The mercury vapor lamp down there. I was just looking for an excuse to hang my mercury vapor lamp, because you don't see mercury vapor much anymore. So you get the idea. Another LED daylight thing. That one's not dusk to dawn though, that's just with a switch. Okay. This is probably the most thorough tour that I've done, so let's turn that light off. Ooh! That lightning was bright, my god. It happened right when I turned the light off. Figure out how to close these. Okay, so that of course is spun down. We'll go upstairs. We've seen the veranda here. My circulation fan for the, why did I turn off the switch? What was I thinking? So that's a lowish speed. High. I don't know why I have it in reverse. I think just because reverse worked very well at the condo hallway. I was assuming it'll be similar since it's kind of a similar install. Okay, spin down. My beautiful wife is working on her makeup room. I won't show you a lot of it because it's a work in progress and she won't want you to see that, but I will show you this beautiful perfume shelf. I'm going to put a spotlight on it or possibly some backlighting. The TriStar. And some cool LED lamps that she will be using but hasn't yet. So there's that. This is low, baby? Looks like low.
Medium.
This is medium?
That's what I said about yesterday.
Oh.
I touched it today unless you did.
No, maybe it is medium, so let's try low. Guess so, because there's low. We just saw medium. Here's high. What do you want left on when I leave? I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Was medium good, or you want...
Medium.
Okay, so I won't let this one spin down. We'll put it back to medium for her.
You can spin it down.
No, it's not worth it. If you're in there working, I know you're hot, because I'd be hot if I were you. Okay, so we'll put it back on medium. Thank you for sharing your room with us. Or at least the ceiling thereof. There's my cool lights there, Vanity Lights. So I put this vintage brass floor lamp there. I just couldn't think of a better place to put it. There's the island fans. Actually, where I want to put it is in that corner over there. But that's her corner and she doesn't want it there. So my lamp here that's been with me since the condo, that's got the 3... Oh, they're not on. When did... Oh no, one of them's just out. Is that, or is there a switch? No, switch. Yeah, what were you trying to do? So there's 3 type A's and then 1 LED par. There's her vintage makeup mirror that I bought her. With lighted makeup mirror. Island fans, that looks like medium. Torture lamp, and then the uplights behind the TV. This is probably the chillest, you know, lighting wise. There's my other air purifier. Did I show you the one in the kitchen? Because there's one in there too. I brought this up because we were ventilating the house the other day, but this normally wouldn't be in here. I have just a little flicker flame hidden down there next to my recycling bin. And this is all on X10. This is 3. These are 2. And that lamp is 1. This looks like medium. So let's try low. We almost never use low because there's not a breeze, and I need a breeze. And often she does too. But I will set it on low when we're not in the house so it doesn't get stale in here. Although with the air purifiers, maybe I don't need to run the fans when we're not in a room if the room has an air purifier. Because that would keep the air from getting stale. So you saw medium, let's skip to high. So this is the one I've talked about replacing the learning remote with a Comfort Touch. Because then we could have a thermostatically controlled fan, which we probably wouldn't use that feature. But it'd be cool. All I would do is I'd replace the learning remote receiver with the Comfort Touch circuit board, and I'd bypass the run capacitor. I'd actually just remove it on the Comfort Touch circuit board, because otherwise it'd be putting a 10 microfarad in series. And we don't need that because there's already a run capacitor in the motor. I don't know what value it is. It's probably not 10. So okay, so let's see where we're at. By the way, if you haven't noticed from our previous videos, our biggest TV is in the bedroom. That's a Nia thing. The bedroom is the movie theater. I've grown accustomed to it, and it's actually kind of cool. Oh, I should kick in. Did I show you? I put the window air conditioner in here. We have the central air, but this room's always hot no matter what. So I put this in here, set it to 75, set the central air to 75. They both run less, and everybody's comfortable. So there's that. Just turn this back on. I'm going to start turning everything back on. I'm going to leave that off for now, actually. You'll see why, or you maybe know why. These fans actually don't need to be on, but I will show you that I have the big air purifier here. That mirror is just there temporarily, just till we figure out. I think it's going in the beauty room. A lot of things here are temporary until we figure out our plan. That's, part of moving with a lot of things. Video is going to run out pretty soon, I think, because I think I have a 30-some minute limit. But then I'll just start part 2. Splice them together. Nope, forgot to turn it back to low. 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 Off. 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 And then just for the heck of it, you know what? Off. Low. Low. Off. 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 And that's what this room looks like, just with the flicker flames. I guess I could turn that off, but why? That's part of the thing. I'll turn these back on too, because these are technically part of the thing. Those are usually on. Yeah. So that's what the house is like at night. I was worried that Abby would worry that she'd wake up and think this room was on fire because there's so much flicker flame. But she's never once freaked out about that. And it does look really cool. Very orange in here, and in here it's very multicolor, which is what she wanted. I think the color changing light behind the TV might be one of my favorite things ever. Those lights were like $20, I think, and they're USB powered. So Yeah, might want to get you one. Okay, well, I should probably start getting ready for bed since I'm still packing. I gotta get up pretty early. I'm packed except for my toiletries. I just have to decide whether or not I'm going to go to Walmart. I hate Walmart, but I need an air bed just in case there's not enough beds. I know there's 3 people in the room, and there's probably only 2 beds, and is there a couch? So I need to get an air bed and some snacks for the road, so I'd hit Walmart for the air bed and then the grocery store. But I hate Walmart, and I don't feel like leaving the house, and it's been storming all day and flooding, so do I want to? Yeah. You guys have seen it. I'm just waiting to see if the camera's going to stop. It hasn't yet. I'm very pleased with everything. Is anything going to change? Let me think about that. Might possibly remove a couple of the really random lamps in the living room. Nia's beauty room obviously is going to change a lot as she continues to unpack and organize, but that's a huge project, just like the garage. I've talked in the video about this, about things I might change here, but nothing solid. Fan in the kitchen might change, but nothing solid. Fan at the top of the stairs might change, nothing solid. Comfort touch in the bedroom. If she lets me, I'll move that floor lamp into the corner. Although the nice thing about where it's at now is that it's balanced lighting, because there's lights on each side of the bedroom. If I moved it in the corner, then most of the light would be on her side of the room. So, there's pros and cons. What else? The garage fans may change eventually, but just like the kitchen, I'm not looking to. Just if that happens. I finally got my organ set up to record, so it doesn't look like it, but this is a full studio rig here. There's an interface there and a headphone amp and a preamp, and then it just goes into that laptop. And then the organ, the line out is that. It's basically an organ direct box called a ventilator. I don't even use the Leslie for recording. And then my guitar pedals go direct into the preamp, and I can do all my sessions down here with headphones. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you my little mini breeze shrine there. Oh, Tom Frampton and Prince Clock. Yeah. Like I said, this room is about done. I'm just once I see what's left hang, because there's some music stuff on the walls upstairs. Once I see what we don't have upstairs, the rest of the music stuff's going here, and so the blank walls is the only thing that'll change up here. The living room, we still have some unpacking and organizing to do. The living room's close. Kitchen and dining area is still a work in progress. Bedroom, I'd like to put some stuff on the walls, and Nia tends to pile stuff on her side of the room. In her process of organizing the beauty room, she'll bring stuff into the bedroom and create piles and then get rid of the piles, which I do in the garage, so I can't talk about it. But other than that, the bedroom is pretty much done. The beauty room, the garage, and the kitchen area are the main things. And the garage is, once she makes progress on the beauty room and the kitchen, I can bring stuff out of the garage and then make more progress there. And I need to also clean and organize my stuff in the garage. Again, I've done it like 2 or 3 times already. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, really. We're really getting situated here, and I'm loving it. This is not our dream house, but we'll be happy here, and, for a while. Originally, Nia had said a year, I had said 2 years, and now I'm thinking 5, because, I don't really want to move again anytime soon. I really like this. It's just our dream house will have more space. We'll have a full basement in addition to, what we have down here, rec room, laundry room, 3rd bedroom. We'll have an actual full basement in addition to all that. And hopefully more than 1 car garage and storage shed and, but this is nice. And I can do some stuff like this here. Again, in our I want a full unfinished basement. Nia wants a full finished basement. So she wants to have like a full recording studio with a vocal booth and stuff like that, and control room and a movie theater and all of that. And I want a full unfinished basement for storage and fans hanging and workshop and all of that. And we'll see. I would love to do the Cole, you know, where he's got a full-on fan display in a huge basement area. But the reason that'll probably never happen in any of my homes is because to have that big of a basement, you need a ranch, and neither Nia or I like ranches. So our basement will end up being smaller than his. I'm sure a ranch is very useful for his parents not having the stairs, but we like having the stairs so that we have some separation. If Abby's down here and we're asleep in our bedroom, it's like we're in separate worlds. And Abby likes that too. She loves having her separate space. Putting her bedroom down here away from us, she's so happy to have independence. She just wants to be left alone in her room, and you know. So, well, phone's let me film longer than I thought it would. Anyway, it's still here with me. I will stop it before it hits 45. I just can't think if there's anything else that I wanted to show. I'm pretty well packed for my trip. Like I said, I just got to decide if I'm going to run to the store. The store. Anything you want to say about the fans and the lights or the house, Nia?
No.
She don't want to say nothing. I told them you don't think there's enough lamps. She's not playing along right now. She thinks there's too many lamps. Okay, well, I'm going to upload this video, finish packing, maybe run my errands, and be on the road tomorrow. So this will be the last thing I film, other than sightings along the way. Maybe I'll have some cool sightings. I haven't driven down to Georgia in a while, so we'll see. Thanks for watching.